Yo, haven't freestyled in a while. Why don't we just do it again? It's been a while. Give it a shot. And then that's what happens when you are living in this plot of this life, this timeline of life, this story that you can't pick. It just happens to go this way, and it's going to be damaged as if it was burnt up, and it was just something that didn't take it the way you wanted to get further than you were, because it was definitely an absurd rush that you put yourself in, because you set yourself a couple of goals, and will you achieve them? I don't know, but what happens is all of a sudden you're going to start bleeding within your cheeks because you guys want to give so many speeches and people don't want to listen, but you're still talking till you're speechless, and by that point you just might as well just be giving up, but then your life isn't living up. It's not worth it either way, either direction that you go to, and then what happens is you are not going to be able to grow two nuts that are going to give you the strength for you to, you know, blow through the punches that are going to be thrown at you, because what happens then is you're not going to be able to survive anything that is coming around you, and you'll be stared at like a golden statue, but not in a good way, but in a bad way, where the stares are the anxious ones, where it's people that these aren't the kind of people that you'll get thank yous from. These are the kind of faces that are going to be the ones that are going to scare you, as if there was a different timeline in our lifetime and it was racists only, and you were the one race that wasn't the rest of them, and you stuck out like a green thumb, and it was part of a fucking testament that I'm making up at this moment, and that would scare any opponent to the point that you wouldn't want to walk away without some components of weaponry, because then you would just be getting yourself inside of some fucking crazy asylum with a silent gun behind you from every dark corner that you would be hiding from, and it would just be pointing at you from the barrel to the click clack, and it's gonna boom, and then it'll be inside his thumb and his numb skull. It'll go through here to there. It's a one bullet that has two different targets hit, but it's on the same person, the same piece of fucking garlic shit, because that's what he smells like, and I just described him by his smell and his looks in one way, and that's a disturbing thing to try and figure out, but you can't, fuck with my feng shui like I own this store and this was my way of saying it, and you didn't know what that person's background was, so you can't say that it was missaid or was missorted or misworded or misdisturbed, and it wasn't the way that you would have worded it yourself, but that's okay, because that's what being independent is all about, is my health and keeping it my way, and then it's going to be my way or the highway, but I'll take you the lowest route, because you can't do what I can do, because I could say something, you think I'm lying, and all of a sudden I pull it out, and then there's a proof is right in front of you, because that's what would be done to you, is like getting to the front door, and bang, bang, and it's not the doorbell that's hit, and then it's going to be your head hitting the floor, and then holy shit, that was something that you didn't want to have. It you just had a holy fit because you didn't believe that what I was saying was true, and then it came to you, and it was literally like bang bang, it's true. What he said that was going to happen did happen. It happened to be a factual occasion that he said, because he was rapping on the station of YouTube with little views. It wasn't a station that was prominent or anything like that, because when I'm in it, it's something that is detached, because nobody will promote me. I have to promote myself. That's the way it's always been, and that's the way that I've always felt that it will be back then and in the future. I have a feeling I'm never going to get famous for a couple many reasons, because I spit the craziest shit. I have the most amazing reflexes, and I can use them because each weapon that I have, whether it's mental or physical, or one of the things that I'm gonna do is show you that I could stop somebody even if they were invisible and I was glowing like a fucking neon sign. I'd still be able to be on rhyme, take it to that point where I could still look around, and then I could rewind time and find them, and it would be that easy, because as easy as I say it, that's crazy as it gets, because there's nothing quite as easy as saying something when it's comparing it to the actual action of the words that will come out of it, and then we'll see what would come out of the actual situation that I was just describing, because then the one crazy thing is you cannot underestimate someone's rhyming capabilities, and then it's just going to be like something scary, as if somebody who was a rapist willing to find it the person that they were looking for the next victim, and that's okay, because that's the scariest thing, and then it just gets them in the fucking scariest point in the fucking possibility of that kind of a place, because what is worse than that, I don't know, and I don't want to face it. I wouldn't have to worry about the challenge, because what I would do is erase it, as in literally put that fucking sick person into a different place, a different placement, and it wouldn't be a basement, it would be lower than the basement, it would be the basement's basement, it would be the fucking basement's grand basement, it'd be that low of a fucking place, and it would be somewhere where nobody could hear your fucking screams. You wouldn't be able to get out of there even if you had a bunch of fucking things that you had of your tools in your tool belt. You would still wouldn't be able to move around. You wouldn't be able to move about. You wouldn't be able to get yourself into a groove and just make your way, maneuver through any way of escaping it like other people did that were stuck in different prisons and in different we'll call them vacation trips that they went and took on, like the people that have broken out of them. That many movies have been made about those people. That's not going to happen to this. This is going to be a different case. This was going to go around in a different way. This is going to be spun in the direction that I choose for it to be spun in, because Adam Stark has been done in. I have been doing my rhymes in the way that I choose to do them, and if you don't like that, I don't give a fuck. You can get my YouTube views down then, because once it starts here, I understand I ain't gonna go any further as far as fame and notoriety, but my skills, don't worry. That's something God has provided me, and I'm going to keep doing that. You can't stop me from moving that, and you can't stop me from also pursuing stacks and pursuing stats that are going to be better than anything else that you could give me, because I have supernatural powers when it comes to this freestyle shit, and I always will. And you can't stop the guy that always kills the enemy that gets in my way, because you can't even pretend to be doing things that I do that's this great. You can pretend all you want to, actually, so I take it back, but you can actually try and interact and do the things that I do, or can't imitate me, or do an impersonation, or duplicate the things that I've done, because I am truly great at things that I have decided to pursue and prove that I have them done, and I have always had them done, and that's always going to happen. You can't stop the guy from rapping who has always been at the top of that place that I put myself in, and you could always take the hat off to me, and that's going to happen. And if you don't take your hat off for me, okay, I'll just remove it for you by force, even if I'm 4 fucking blocks away from you. All I have to do is take out, a bunch of fucking 44s, and I will shoot at least 44 times until one of the bullets actually hits your head and takes it off you. And if it hits your head too, oh well, then I'll get a coffin too. I have to provide you with that, because that's something that a nice guy would do. A nice guy is nice enough to kill you and get you out of your misery, and then I'm nice enough to also buy you something that'll go with it, and do that willingly because of my capabilities, because of my amazing abilities. I will do that for you because I am willingly able to prove that I am fucking amazing with this fucking rap shit, and I will just do that because this is a rap shit that I'm going to prove that I'm going to take away from you, as if this was something that was owed to you on the back end, but I did that off of the kindness of my fucking heart, and that's okay, because that's something that I've always had from the fucking start, except when it comes to this microphone shit, because then I'm an asshole with it, and that's okay, because Adam Stark is just one of those people that I don't like to tassel with it. I like to compete, but it's just one of those things that you are going to get depleted, you are going to get deleted, you are going to get erased, and these faces that come against me are going to be each rearranged with different freaking frames that I will find it, and I'll put you on the wall as if you were a fucking trophy, as if you were something that I killed in the middle of the forest, and I decided to put it up there, and I'm hanging next to my upholstery or some shit. That's what I would fucking do with you. That's about as much useful as you are. You are fucking useless as poop, and you have no other uses. You're just fucking useless, and I would just fucking drain you down the pipes like I would if this was a piece of feces. And you heard what I said, and I mean this, and I say this discreetly, except the fact that it's a public video, but that's okay, because nobody would have wanted to have say that, yes, they did it, though, because otherwise that would be like dry snitching, and that's okay, because what this guy's saying is this guy's kidding, unless they say that I'm not going to make it up to this guy bitching that this guy wasn't going to stop from my rhymes, because this guy is not into disguise. This guy is always crazy enough to show you that I have crazy fucking rhymes that are going to come out of every fucking orifice, and that sounds crazy, but I said it anyway, because the order is for me to come up with amazing rhymes every time I freestyle, and that's not going to stop today or any other date that you pick for me, and that's okay, because this is going to be a different piece of history, and this is going to be a rhyme that you are not going to be able to forget from the membranes that come in here, where you have your memory bank, wherever that is, and hopefully you don't have a bad accountant that lives inside of that memory bank, because then I don't know what the rest of them would think, but I guarantee you it wouldn't be something good to be as bad as getting ran over by a fucking hemorrhaging tank that just fucking came down and crushed you, because that's what happened when this motherfucker was trying to rush dudes that were much tougher than them, and they don't have much views like me, because I don't get views. I'm not famous for that, because I'm not willing to bend over backwards and become a whore for YouTube, and that's okay, because that's what you do, if that's what you do. If not, then this just doesn't apply to you. It applies to someone else who's dumb as hell, and any one of those motherfuckers, they ain't ringing some fucking bells that I'd be ringing on, because the bells I'd be ringing would be because it'd be ding-dinging, because of the bullets that would be sling, and shoot, and they would be going around your eardrums, and then it would be making that kind of type of a noise. That was an onomatopoeia, which means I made a sound effect to make it a rhyme, because Adam Stark, he is be able to prove to you that I am beyond and bound for perfection. That's what I'm doing in this motherfucker. So, I ain't freestyling in a while. Just thought I'd give it a shot. Alright, so peace, y'all. Take it easy.